So in this video, I'm going to share the lessons I learned from losing a 60,000 euros a year opportunity. For my Nigerian folks, yeah, that's a lot of money. That's about 28 million naira per year. So roughly about 2.3, 2.4 million per month. My name is Joseph Braid, if you don't know who I am. I am a software engineer out of Nigeria. And these videos, I'm just creating them to ensure that people don't make the same mistakes I did, or you are aware of the kind of things that are possible when you're going in for job applications and job interviews. Just a little background about my search and how I actually got this opportunity. So in December of 2021, I was very actively searching for jobs. So I had revamped my profile on LinkedIn, updated my CVs, and yeah, I did see much more interest in my profile than I did way months before. Um, so I had to actually sit down with my friend who is a senior software engineer to go through my profile and make the required changes. So which sort of shot things upwards on on the kind of opportunities and the reach outs I was getting. In that process, I found this opportunity. I will not want to mention the name of the company, so they're not too bothered with much people visiting them, asking them for jobs. I did find the opportunity and applied. So the recruiters did find my profile interesting and reached out to me to actually move forward for the next stage, which is like a discovery call. I had a discovery call in January of 2022. Um, anyway, this entire process was like a month long, so it didn't spill into February. But my point being is, I got in for the first because this interview I made it through 3 stages. Though I didn't get through to the point to meet up with the other team members, but the stages I went through where I had the discovery call, I met up with the director of the software engineering team, and then the technical challenge slash technical interview with the members of the payment team to go through my profile and such. I will also be sharing the lessons that I learned that would help you get more opportunities and also would prevent you from making some kind of horrible mistakes like I have made. Beyond the first phase, we went through my profile, went through my experiences. Yeah. The second phase, which is meeting with the director, yeah, he was quite impressed with my ability to do research on the company. He also knew that I understood the critical point of the role, because since it's a payment role, clearly payments is what will help the company get money. So having that clear understanding, we had a very lovely conversation. Then I was offered their technical test, took the test, and that's where things became very interesting for a number of reasons. The test was really a URL shortener. It's a pretty simple test, but one thing to note about this test is whenever you're taking a test, you should know that they're sort of tripwires for you and that you should be aware of, else you will definitely fail them. With this, I would sort of segue into the lessons that I learned. So I've already covered one lesson: is you definitely have to do your research on the company to know how you're going to be able to help them and solve their problems and the kind of technology that they're using, so that you are on speed with how they operate and how they work and what they're really looking for. The second one is, try not to write code the way you used to write it just because you've been writing code. You should really understand how these things affect the system. The URL shortener, there were a few things inside of it that I didn't quite do well. So I'm trying to be plain and honest with my experience here. First of all, since I am a backend engineer, I should know how certain things I write will affect the system. I didn't quite actually know why some things I wrote were written that way, just because I have been doing them or have seen them being done, and I felt it was standard and it was normal. So one of the lessons, if you are actually a backend engineer, you know that database is a very critical aspect to your software application, and at scale, because they are operating at serious scale. So the kind of scale they operate is around 5,000 plus requests per second. So that's very serious stuff. I had issues with not explaining how my database, because I wrote an ordering, because I'm a Django. If you're used to Django or every other kind of system that does databases, you should know that I have some form of ordering. And I didn't quite know why I wrote what I wrote, because I wrote an ordering inside of my model that is going to slow down my queries, and I didn't quite know that, which was one red flag. So like I said, you should know why you're actually writing things in the first place. The third lesson to know is this: big companies, when they are scaling, right, when companies are scaling their team, scaling their members, or scaling things, you should know the issues that come with scalability. So there are things sort of, if you're new or new to programming, there's some concepts known as concurrency, response and request, speed of response and request, those kind of things. Your application should be able to handle those issues, and you should also keep in mind how these things will affect the system. I didn't actually understand that till, trust me, after the interview. So yeah, that was really, most of the issues were on my part. Definitely all the issues were on my part. I can't blame anyone for my own faults. You should really understand how these scalability issues affect a scaling company, if that makes sense. And I believe, like, a bonus point you should notice, companies looking to scale are not going to train you. If I'm being honest, you should already know what the job requires, and you're just bringing in your skill set and your know-how to the job, not training you from the beginning. These are the lessons that I have learned, and I hope the video made sense. I really do wish that every person, I saw a video like this before I actually went into this kind of applications. It will give me more mindsets on how to really face these challenges. 3 lessons: do your research. You should know why you're writing things. Don't just write code just because you've been writing them. Understand the issues that a scaling company is looking towards solving, and usually involves around concurrency. Concurrency being how will you handle requests in parallel, or the same, multiple requests on a system, and how fast request and response are. And also, trust me, companies are not going to, they're not willing to train you. Not like they're not willing, but you should have at least above average understanding of their systems, and you should be at a stage in your career where you know how to get things done without much supervision and involvement in your work. With that, I really want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions, or if you do have any suggestions to videos I should make, please do let me know in the comments. This will be on YouTube or LinkedIn, or both. Thanks for taking the time. You can do follow me on LinkedIn, hit me up with a connection, or on YouTube you can please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to build up an audience here. So with that said, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.